And if you step out of line, you don't get those basics. You don't get access to travel, you don't get access to food, you don't get access to shelter and so on. For me, we live on a planet where there's enough abundance of the basics of life, of food, of water, of shelter, or certainly the raw ingredients to make shelter, that nobody should go hungry, nobody should be dying in poverty, malnourished, dehydrated, anywhere in the world. That just shouldn't be the case. So for me, I think a birthright should be to have those basics of life unconditionally, without the condition of having to adhere to a particular political way of living or a particular ideology or anything like that. They are the basics of life. And I think if we get back, we kind of almost imagine the world without the institutions that we have. And I know it's very difficult because you've only ever known it with them. And we get to a situation where people actually think of each other as a human family, and
Mm.
you work together to make sure that those necessities and those basics become, very easily accessible for anyone in the world, and get rid of this concept of having rulers. You can have community leaders, you can have people that, you admire and that you put on pedestals because of things they've actually done,
Mm.
not power they are demanding because of what bloodline they come from or whatever. People that you actually respect because of what they've achieved. I think that would be a very, very different way of looking. And a big one for me is to make this achievable is to localize power, localize authority. What happens in the town you live in should be decided by the people that live in the town. You should not, people that live up in the northeast should not be dictated to by people in Westminster. They're
Yeah.
not there. There's a huge disconnect to what is going on there versus what is going on down there. Nobody up in Newcastle that is worrying to pay the bills is worried about what's going on in Ukraine or worried about carbon catchers or worried about electric cars. They're not. They're worried about surviving.